I'm Lexi,
I'm Michelle.
and you are listening to
Book
Booked
to the
to the
Couch.
Couch. This is so exciting for us to finally.
Be to the point of recording
Yes.
and actually getting this out to everyone.
Yes, I'm so excited. I forgot what I was gonna say. Sorry, y'all. My brain is brain
Welcome
farts
to
all the
ADHD
time.
Central.
Yeah. No. This podcast is probably gonna be everywhere. So if you're looking for something organized, this is probably not for you.
Go somewhere else.
Yeah.
We hate it.
We have ADHD a
We
lot.
are dysfunctionally functional. We'll get from point A to point B, but we'll make like 7 pit stops in between.
Yeah. Today, our first episode is going to just be us getting our footing in, I guess you could say, and
Kind of
just
introducing ourselves, just talking a little bit about what we're currently reading rather than anything specific.
yeah.
But yeah, we decided we were going to play a little bit of a game, kind of a little bit of this or that.
Yes.
Just a couple of questions, kind of get to know us as individuals.
Yeah. And so we're thinking about doing this once a month. So that way a whole episode is not based on us, our personal lives, because to be honest,
we just really want to talk about books.
Yep. We just really love books and read so much. So I'll read one and you can read one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Early riser or night owl?
I'm a night owl.
I'm a little bit of both, I think. I like the morning time with my coffee, and I like going to bed real late when everything is quiet. So I'm a little bit of both.
My idea of waking up in the morning is 12 p.m. Hot coffee or iced coffee?
Oh, that's a tough one because it depends on the season for me, I think. I really enjoy hot coffee in the winter months, and then I really enjoy iced coffee in the winter months. In the summer. So it really just it depends for me.
It depends on the drink itself.
That's true.
I'm more of an iced coffee person regardless of the time of the year. I don't really pick hot coffee ever unless it's like something specific, like a latte, like a hot latte.
That's true.
Mochas I prefer hot, but
I know it's very controversial right now to go to Starbucks, but I love the white chocolate with the raspberry syrup.
Yes.
Oh my god. I believe they did away with the raspberry syrup, which makes me so sad because it was my absolute favorite.
I'm gonna have to make it for you one time. I perfected like a homemade like white raspberry syrup.
Movies or TV shows? Oh, this is so good. Oh my god.
Which one are you? Movies or TV?
So TV shows right now. Oh my god. I anything to talk about 911 to be honest.
Any excuse to talk about Buddy.
Any excuse to talk about Evan Buckley and Eddie Diaz. So definitely TV shows, but I love going to the movie theaters.
Nothing like getting butter popcorn and just sitting in a theater and just watching a movie.
Especially with other people like who have the same interest as you at the same time. Like there's nothing like it. I love it.
Because there's a couple really good looking horror movies coming out this year that
I really want to see I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm really looking forward to Stitch, unbelievably, too. Like
same. It actually looks really good. The characters, they did a really good job with it.
I'm normally not a fan of CGI.
Me either, but Stitch is so cute.
It looks like they did a decent job on it.
He's so adorable.
All right, go and see. But of course, they're expensive now.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was $30 to go see Thunderbolts for 2 people, and I was like, oh my god.
Beach or mountain?
You can answer the question first because I did the last 2.
I love the beach.
I honestly,
but that's because I grew up in the mountains, so
yeah, I can see why you would love the beach. Then it's both for me. Again, this is so hard because I love the weather for both. Fall, mountains,
beautiful.
Love the Blue Ridge Parkway area. With
Blue Ridge Parkway is one of the things I'm most excited about now that I'm back here, like stateside. That's what I'm most excited to see again because I haven't been back on the East Coast in about 15 years. So
Yeah.
to see it again will be really
Oh,
nice.
we have to go. We have to go as soon as the leaves start changing colors. I think we should go probably mid leaves changing because then it's not like
Then we get the plethora of colors. We get all the
yes.
yellows, the reds, the oranges,
Oh,
not just the
yes.
brown.
Yes, or dead.
Yeah. And
All right. Homebody or going out?
homebody.
Homebody. For sure.
Any
My
excuse
teen
not to
years,
wear pants.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. My teen years, they were for going out. I loved going skating, bowling, any place like that. Going,
Any
well,
excuse to get out of the house, I was
yep,
taking it. But now I'm
same.
like, I give an excuse to stay in the
Me
house.
too.
I'm like, I'm sick.
Yep, especially reading on a day like today where it's rainy. Oh, please, I just want to stay home and read.
I almost was doing that too when you came by. I was like, I'm just gonna start reading a book. Now, next one. Now we're on to the bookish parts of the questions.
Oh, even harder.
Dog ear or bookmark?
Oh God, bookmark,
Bookmark.
100%. If
When I
you
was younger,
fold your pages, please leave. Do not do that to my precious books.
it's my one rule when I let people borrow my stuff. I'm like, just
Same.
don't dog ear it. If you need a bookmark, I will supply a bookmark. I have a
Exactly.
whole entire collection of them.
Same.
So
And they all match the books that I'm reading, just because I'm literally like that. I don't.
I have to have a theme. I'm like, gotta pick out my special bookmark, gotta pick out my right color little
Yes.
tabs. Like
Yeah.
everything's gotta be aesthetic.
Yep. Same. Paperback or hardback?
Paperback.
Paperback.
It's cheaper. Hardbacks are expensive. If I really like the book, I will try and find the hardback version
Same.
of it. But I mostly will get like a paperback.
I agree, paperback 100% because when I feel like my hands are too tiny for paper or for hardback sometimes, and I'm just like trying to like fold them all like, and it's just I don't like that.
That and I feel like hardbacks are not made like they used to be, and so
Yeah.
they break really easy.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm a little rough with my books. I like to reread them. I don't like abuse them any beyond like reading them excessively.
Yeah. I also feel like hardbacks are more for like decorative purposes instead of like actually reading them.
Especially nowadays because so many books are coming out in like special hardback editions. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, it just makes sense that this is a pretty book that you put on the shelf and it looks nice. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually
Because
need to
I
be
would
read.
I would
You get a paperback for that.
I would never annotate a hardback book ever. Like next one,
Slow reader or fast reader?
I don't even know what I would consider myself because I can sit and read about 4 or 5 books in a week.
And then some
then
weeks it's like I'm barely through one.
yeah,
Like this week.
yeah. So I don't know. I would say probably I'm a mood reader.
I'm a mood reader, yeah. It depends on the mood. It depends on the book. Like some books, yes, I really want to take my time with and
Yeah.
absorb everything in them. But that's usually after I've already read it previously, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I really want to get like understand like what the message and everything is in this book.
Yes,
Sometimes I
agree.
don't go in that depth with them, but you know, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, no, I really want to like understand the complexities of the story. One POV or multiple POVs?
Multiple POV.
Multiple.
Right off the bat. I love men who yearn. Okay,
I need a man's perspective, especially when it's enemies to lovers, because you know for a fact he's got some juicy thoughts up in there.
Yes. Oh yes, I love enemies to lovers. That's my favorite trope. You guys, sorry,
Friends to lovers was my favorite trope.
We're giving too much away on our first episode. I feel. Standalone or series?
Standalones in series.
Yeah.
I like series that kind of encompass a whole world, but you don't have to necessarily read all the books in order and to get the whole grasp of the story.
Yes,
like
I agree.
Multiple different stories all happening in the same world.
Yes, 100% agree because I don't know that I would actually read like okay, I used to read Harry Potter. I
My
feel like
attention span right now. Unfortunately, my attention span now only lasts for so long. I can only take like 1 or 2 books in a series at a time.
Yeah, and see, my thing is, I'll read a book in the series, like the first one, wait a couple like weeks, whatever, read another one in between, and then go back to the series.
Yep.
So that way my brain doesn't overload and I'm not overwhelmed because I don't know. I just really like when books are standalones, but it has all the same characters from the series.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree. I agree.
That and I feel like series sometimes they just take them way too long.
Yeah, they drag it out like a lot.
Not naming any names.
Not yet, anyways.
Yeah,
We don't want to be like canceled before we get started.
Don't want to have any controversial opinions too early on.
Yeah, we can't do that.
But that actually concludes this portion of this and that. A little bit of an introduction. We only picked about 10 options for us to kind of pick between, just to kind of introduce everybody to ourselves.
Yep. I feel like we've done a pretty solid job of that. So,
but what are you currently reading, or what was the last thing you read? I think it was the same thing for me.
Yeah, sure. Lights Out.
Yep, Lights Out was last.
I could literally. Oh my god, I could talk about that book for hours.
I could talk about Josh for hours.
Yes,
are you kidding me?
Such a golden retriever.
He even bought her a new bed. He replaced the thing he damaged. Like,
right.
He thought in advance. He was like, I'm gonna stab a knife into her bed, and then I'm gonna buy her a new bed. It's gonna be here tomorrow.
It's thought ahead. What a gentleman. Josh is a gentleman. Literally.
Light stalking. The most illegal thing he did was stalking her. So I'm trying.
Okay. I need a 6'2" Chipotle bag man to stalk me nicely. Okay, respectfully. Okay, if you're stalking me because you want to be in love with me, have at it. Okay.
What you asked for.
Okay, let me not say that online and stuff because then some crazy ass people are
trying to convince my husband to stalk me a little.
Just run around outside your house.
Daniel, just don't tell me that you're coming home and just show up at the back door.
Can you imagine him standing there?
Good God. I would call you and be like, hey, you gotta come get your boy. When it came to Lights Out, I listened to both a little bit of the audiobook and I read the physical book. So I liked both. I liked who she picked as narrators for Lights Out, but I also liked just reading the actual book itself.
I loved absorbing it and reading it more than I would like the audiobook. Like I did listen to a little bit of it because his voice is really nice. But like the knife scene, come on, that was kind of good. What do you mean?
Like, that one was definitely like very light as far as like
the
lightest dark rom-com like
I
need
more books in that genre.
I pre-ordered Caught Up, by the way.
Me too. I cannot.
As soon as I was done with Lights Out, I was like, well, this is a given.
If you're gonna read, I would definitely recommend starting with romance.
Romance is a good place to start.
Yeah, nothing Colleen Hoover. Sorry, y'all.
We are not Colleen Hoover stans.
No, sorry. I can't hate her because she got me into reading books like this, but also, sorry. If you're looking for recommendations like that, this is also not the place for you.
Go elsewhere. Not a fan of her.
Actually, if y'all want to read a really good smut book, get The Nanny. Okay.
By Lana Ferguson.
Yes. Oh my god.
Honestly, anything Lana Ferguson is really good at.
We will have some special guests along the way reading
some passages from some romance books.
Reading some smut. We love it. Megan Quinn. My girl!
I'm so excited for her upcoming summer release.
Yes.
I also pre-ordered that one.
Same, and I'm so excited to talk about that.
Which edition did you pre-order, by the way?
Because
there's 3 separate editions. There's the normal one.
There's 3?
Yeah, so Target's getting its own special edition, which didn't really like that blue one. I'm not gonna lie.
I got the.
That's the one I ended up pre-ordering.
I got all the colored, different colored one. Yeah.
Nice. So we have 2 different versions.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be good to compare and contrast them. So I'm not much of like a rural dark romance reader yet. That's kind of
slowly bringing her to the dark side.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Also trying to introduce her to monster and paranormal romances because that's more of my cup of tea. She is definitely more of your contemporary kind of softer romances. Not necessarily not spicy, like Closed Door, but like
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Yeah. I just
she likes some wholesome. She does not like the whole lot of drama. Lights Out was a good introduction, and then I'm going to fully corrupt you in a couple of months when you read Butcher and Blackbird.
Yes, that is on my list, and I'm so excited to read it, but that's just a book that's going to wait for, like, the Halloween months.
Yeah, I'm going to reread it, too, when you read it, because I loved it when I read it, and also, you're right, it is definitely kind of a good spooky feeling.
Yeah.
One, like, it gives me the same feel as, like, a horror movie that's trying to also be a rom-com.
Oh, I love that so much. There needs to be more movies in that genre also.
They don't make them like they used to. Like the funny horror movies.
Like Scary Movie? Oh my god, I love Scary Movie.
Sick. Well, not necessarily like Scary Movie. I mean like Cabin in the Woods, for example.
Oh my
That one was
god,
not like I did
yes.
not find that one really scary, but I definitely thought it was a little bit more comical.
Same.
Like
Like the giants, the
it's just like
underground
the
stuff,
fucking
like
mermaid. Are you kidding me?
or the giant spiders. Like, come on, there's so many like horror things put into that movie all at once. I would love for like a campy like horror book.
Mm. Like nice campy, like I'm hiking
Yeah.
in the woods, makes me like something you would
Yes.
tell as a campfire story. Campfire
Yes,
story. There
yes,
we
yes,
go.
yes. Like, I don't know, maybe a little bit of romance. It doesn't have to be, but
I mean, you could definitely find like a horror, like a campy horror
oh yeah, come
sequence.
on. There's always some people fucking in horror movies.
There always is. There's literally a whole stereotype of it. The Cabin in the Woods, they literally have
like, oh, we're about to die, but let's get it in first.
Patton Hemsworth with it in it.
Ah, yes, please give us recommendations. I need it. Okay.
You need some horror recommendations, some
Yes.
mystery,
Yeah.
something outside of romance.
Yes, I'm trying to broaden my horizons this year.
Sometimes you gotta be in the right mental space to go and like read some of these books because some of them, well, some horror that I have read has been kind of like out there.
Yeah, like the true crime stuff, I can't read when I'm not in a good headspace at all.
Like there was one that was recommended to me. It was called Playground, and that one just on the description is super gruesome.
ugh,
Like it's definitely one that I wouldn't read at night.
yeah,
And I watch horror movies to bed.
I recently got recommended a Little Strange. It's called Little Stranger. Who recommended it? Messaged me about it, and she said that it's like real bad. It's worse than Haunting Adeline or Hunting Adeline, but it was really good. So I'm adding that to my fall to be read list, I guess you could say. 'Cause
Is it the one with the red spider on the front?
I think so.
Yeah, it's also on my list.
Oh, really?
I've read some pretty gruesome dark romance books. So
yeah, I know Den and
like
Vipers is real bad, and I will not be reading that because I do not want to suscept myself to that. Okay, I read The Dead Romantics. That I just yes,
right.
I just finished that. That is my introduction to paranormal, kind of. I have read The 7 Year Slip, which was magical realism, which I fucking love. That is my all time favorite book now, and I can't wait for you to read it. I've noticed that her books are mostly about grief, which is great.
Especially right now, grieving
yeah,
our TV dad.
grieving our TV dad. Actually, I'm grieving more than one TV dad because Joel Miller died also in The Last of Us. So that was my introduction to kind of paranormal, and I absolutely loved it, and I cannot wait to read more.
I'm really excited to get you introduced to like actual paranormal and have you enjoy it. I have another one that I'm going to recommend you. Definitely another nice introduction into paranormal before you really go off the deep end.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm going to because
I'm not going to throw it to the wolves, guys. Don't worry.
I don't know. I might like it.
You say that now. You read Wattpad, so I'm pretty sure you know about what Omniverse.
Yeah.
What I'm currently reading, I'm reading the third book of the Ruinous trilogy, Siphon Sparrow, and I would say that's a little bit more of a summery, kind of late summer read. It's has to do with a circus performer and a doctor, so I would definitely put it in the category of possibly summery.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm reading right now. But my next read is going to be an actual summer read. It is Into the Woods by Jenna Holiday. Jenny Holiday.
I wish that I could read two books at once. I feel like I have to immerse myself in the universe of the book. So I feel like I need all of my attention just on one. And my ADHD will not allow me to read more than one.
I'm quite the opposite on that one. My ADHD is like, you can read 100% 3 books at once. You just go, you read a little of one other, go to another one. You read a little of that one, you go to another one. And then you just kind of repeat the cycle. Just straight read that.
Yeah.
It just, otherwise I burn myself out and I kind of get burnt out on it.
I can understand that.
But also my brain wants to read like 4 different things at once. It's like, oh, it's really interested right now. For example, I'm really kind of weirdly diving into Chernobyl, the Chernobyl disaster. I have no explanation as to why. I just woke up one morning and was like, damn, I'm really gonna go and do some research on that. Really, just read anything that I could possibly get my hands on for that. And of course, I'm also reading like romance. I'm also about to start a horror book.
Ooh, which one?
The Troop by Nick Cutter.
I've not heard of that, but it sounds intriguing.
It I kind of put it in the category of a little bit of a summer read because it has to do with a Boy Scout troop on a camping trip.
Oh, ooh,
So
okay.
anything
So
campy in the
like
woods, I'm like,
Friday the 13th vibes.
yeah, it
Okay.
seems what was recommended. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna give that one a try, see what I think of it. Definitely gonna let you know and recommend it to you if I really enjoy it.
Heck yeah, summer
Because
ween, y'all.
you
Have you watched Fear Street?
not in a hot minute, and
I
that and I have to Netflix.
recently watched Fear Street. The actually I watched all of them, but the one that was my favorite was the camp one because
Ooh,
it gave me such like book vibes. Like I think they are books if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken.
they're Goosebumps books
Okay, that's what I thought.
based on some of the Goosebumps books, if I'm not mistaken.
Speaking of, I love Goosebumps.
I was a
I
Goosebumps kid.
same. We had so many books growing up, me and my siblings did, and just remember watching it. One of the episodes that stuck out to me was the doll one.
Oh gosh, yeah, Slappy.
Yeah, I hate him so much.
Slappy is the reason why I cannot stand porcelain dolls, which
Yeah,
is weird because I like puppet movies. I love puppet horror
he's just
movies.
so creepy to me. Like,
He really does. Those dead eyes just get me.
yeah, I don't appreciate it.
Did you ever read Animorphs growing up?
I don't think so.
Oh boy. When we do our nostalgic reads, I'm definitely gonna have you read like a book or two of Animorphs because they're just short little like chapter books. It's an entire series. I forget the first name of the author, but the last name is Applegate.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, they're
wait.
the ones where the kids turn into animals.
Wait, I've heard about that. The name sounds so familiar.
You've probably definitely heard of it. I don't know if you might have not read
I
it.
don't think I've read it, but I have definitely heard of it. So I will definitely do that when we do our nostalgic reads. Really much into reading in high school though, just because
Definitely.
high school was such a
I had enough going on as a teenager that I
yeah,
really could not focus on books. I
yeah,
tried reading. I read a little bit. That's when I read like the House at Night series by PC Cast.
yeah.
But that was about it. That's the only thing that, well, not in Hush Hush, but those two are the only ones of significance that I remember reading in high school.
I read the Twilight series in high school, my freshman year,
That was middle school for me.
because that was like I think 2012, 2013 was like peak Twilight time because all the movies were just getting released back to back
I think that was
and
when like the last three or like two or three were starting to come out because
yeah.
not Breaking Dawn. Eclipse is where it started to really pick up, and people were
Yeah.
starting to really appreciate the Twilight movies.
Yeah, y'all can say what you want to
I
about
love the
them, but
Twilight.
I love
I
Twilight so much, the movies, the books,
that honestly is what started
everything.
us on this journey too. I think especially
Yeah.
for this podcast is we were talking about Twilight. We were talking about like, oh, we should just really sit down and just talk about
Yep.
Twilight.
Yeah, and look at us sitting down
Now
talking
we're
about Twilight.
now we're here recording this podcast.
It's so crazy how that just happened. So, thank you, Stephanie Myers, for giving us the idea of doing a podcast because of Twilight.
Because we really wanted just someone else to talk about books with too. Because we're like, we
Yeah,
like talking to each other, and we can spend hours talking to each other about
literally
books. And so we're like,
hours.
why don't we just record it and have other people join us?
Like, yeah, I mean, come on. Everyone needs to read books, I feel like. Everyone needs to at least read one romance book in their life.
And that goes for men too. I
Yes,
really,
a
especially feel like
hundred
men
percent.
should read at least one romance book,
Yes.
just so that way they know how to also like understand and communicate with women better.
Yeah, because men who are written by women, they understand. They get it. They know exactly how we should okay, you won't know how exactly how we feel, but at least you would understand our emotions at certain points.
As pointed out in one of the most recent books that I recommended you, the Bromance Book Club.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love
It's a
the
playbook. A romance
yes.
book is just like a playbook on how to do relationships and how to
Yeah.
be respectful to your partners.
Yes, 100%. Like the the toxic masculinity in today's time is just too much sometimes. That's a whole different conversation for a whole nother different day, to be honest, because
Yeah.
I can sit here and talk for hours
We
about
can go
that.
over that at a different time, especially when we
but
start going over the toxic guys in books, because
oh
there are
yeah,
toxic guys in books. I
a
will say
lot of
that.
them, unfortunately.
There are some books that I absolutely love, like the entire plot of, and I love the female main character, but I
But
absolutely
hate,
loathe the guy because
yes,
he's toxic.
and so
And I don't read romance to view real life.
yeah, exactly.
I read romance to
Escapism.
I read romance to escape.
Yes, and put myself in scenarios that I would never really have without reading.
100%.
So
I am never going to be on the back of a motorcycle.
I'm never gonna fly on a dragon, y'all. Like,
Damn.
so before we wrap this up, we wanted to go over a little bit about what the podcast is going to be and a little bit about our next few reads. So,
I believe you were going over like which reads you were going to do first.
so I'm currently reading Variation. I do know that Caught Up, we're definitely going to read in the next few weeks because it comes out soon. The new Megan Quinn book. Excuse me. Then Lynn Painter has a new one coming out, which is a retelling of The Pretty Woman.
Yeah, I love Pretty Woman.
Same.
I really want to go and rewatch that.
Same.
Like, I want to find where it's streaming because I haven't watched that in so long.
What few books are you gonna be rereading?
Ooh, so my next couple of reads after I, of course, finish Scythe and Sparrow, I'm going to be reading Into the Woods, and I think we discussed that we were going to read The Match together by Sarah Adams.
Yes.
That one has to do with like a service dog in training.
Yes. It seems
really
super cute. Very excited to read that.
A little soft read.
Yeah.
And then we're going to slowly introduce you into romance. We're going to throw it to the wolves. I think we're going to read the Shrek ones, honestly.
Yes, 100%.
I think I really want to read them now.
Me
now
too.
We've talked about them. Like, God, I just want to see how funny. Like, just want to read it now. We've talked about Shrek. I'm like,
same. Shrek is one of the all-time best movies to ever be made. Two is the best, though.
2 is 100% the best, but it's also then followed by 1.
Human 4. Shrek could 100% get it.
You kidding? Ogre Shrek could 100%
even get it. Ogre Shrek, if we're being real.
Like, maybe that's why I'm into monsters.
This podcast is just we have so many ideas of things that we're going to do in the next few months and where we're going to take this, and we hope that you listen along with us.
Mm-hmm. Join us on our social medias. It's obviously going to have the same name as the podcast, Book to Da Couch, and that's D-A, duh.
Our main goal is to talk about a couple of books that we read for each episode and not be so scatterbrained, hopefully.
We're definitely going to have more themed episodes as we go on. I think we're planning a couple of our summer reads lists in the next couple of episodes where we're going to kind of go over what we kind of want to read for the summer.
Yeah.
But also we have a Goodreads that we kind of have our master list on that everybody can access. So if they want to,
so we will definitely
with us and see what we're reading.
Yes, we'll definitely put the link in our bio of everything. Yeah. So you guys can do that too. If you love us, like we love us, and you want to hear more of our podcast, make sure that you follow along, and we will see you next week.
Follow us on our social medias at Instagram and TikTok, of course, and we will see you later.
Bye.
Bye.